Hi everyone, sorry about the wait for the next video. Just been on a holiday, so didn't have much time, but let's get into it. In the last video, I promised you I mentioned that I'll be talking about parental alienation a little bit. Something that I'm going through and I put a fair bit of research into, but I'm not a qualified therapist or anything, psychologist, but for those new to it or interested in some resources in Australia, I'll be mentioning that today in my videos. I have here a definition from Google about parental alienation. So it's pretty much when one of the parents manipulate child into rejecting the other parent without any justification. There is plenty of resources, I would say, on the internet. So if any of you is interested in the terms and probably how it's explained, what I found out, it says pretty much similar thing everywhere. Only where's disagreement is a little bit among the professionals, but that's always the case. Today I mentioned this lady before, so that's somebody I came across a while ago. So it's the Anti-Alienation Project on YouTube. This lady, she's a mom now, but she's interviewing. She's presenting alienation from perspective of the kid, because herself as a kid she was alienated by her mother, coincidentally. So she was separated from her father for 20 years or something, and they luckily reunite a couple of years ago. And she talked about it in one of her videos. So she has quite a good selection of topics, and she talked to specialists, and she talked to, what's for me was more important, she talked to the victims, which are always the kids, and she talked to the alienated parents, which are generally the fathers. There obviously are mothers as well, but it's really good channel. She explains everything very well. Just have here a short clip.
Thoughts are after the video. I'm really curious to see if people's opinions change. Let's just jump right in and see what Dr. Todd Grande has
Where she's interviewing one of the
to
experts.
say about parental alienation.
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question asks, what is parental alienation? And I've also heard the question, what is parental alienation syndrome? And is that a real thing? So this is an interesting topic that comes up fairly frequently when counseling individuals who are going through a divorce, specifically a divorce that involves a custody dispute. Parental alienation is when one parent tries to damage the relationship between the children or a child and the other parent. So the technical definition would be parental alienation refers to either a state of the relationship between a child and a parent whom the child rejects without good cause, or to the child's attitudes, beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors that reflect an unreasonable aversion to the parent with whom he or she formerly enjoyed normal relations.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so as in a definition from the Google, that's pretty much same thing. I would add, probably in my case with my son, we had really good relationship before always fun, telling each other jokes. I was explaining, obviously he was taken away when he was 4, almost 5. Now he's 8, so his development changed a little bit, but we had really good relationship, and we could do whatever, and we enjoyed it always, best buddies. And now he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't say how is he. We have a phone call twice a week. The phone call it takes about 1 to 2 minutes. It's just to pretty much comply with the court orders. He just doesn't want to discuss anything. And we play this silly Pokemon game, guessing game, where he give me 4 cards and I have to guess them, and he quickly get over it, and that's it. Then he hangs up. So I'm exactly in that stage what's he describing. So his mother turned him against me, obviously, told him not to talk to me, told him not to spend time with me. And she always, when I ask if I can spend time with my son, she always say no, he does not want to spend time with you. So she's using him and controlling him, his emotions. And fortunately, which we're gonna get to, the Australian courts don't want to hear about it much. So that was, I believe her name is Ellie. I don't want to mess it up. I'm not sure what's her name now, but I would recommend this channel. It's very good. She has lots of videos. She's been doing it, 2 years. She has live streams, and she goes really through many topics and explain it very well. I would recommend that. Another channel I just come across not a long time ago. It's an Australian guy, actually. I believe he's based in Queensland. Broken Fathers podcast. So I have to say, this is something I was thinking about, exactly his channel like he has. So he's interviewing fathers that goes through the troubles of family court and child custody, and it's really, it's the same script. Like, there's some shocking stories you would not believe. And I sometimes, when I'm listening to it, I feel actually lucky that it could be worse. My ex is a nutbag, but it definitely could be worse. And he has a father here.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. The judge verbally grilled her, but she just kept preaching it.
Yeah, definitely right. And there's something quite similar to yourself. As we're not, as we were born here, you're not.
So yeah, Piercy is doing a very good job, and that's with his channel. Nice setup, very good interviews. They're really long format, so this is not something you could do in a short format, I believe. So yeah, the interviews are fairly long, and he beat me to it by maybe 2 years or year and a half. So I've been thinking about this channel for a long time. I finally got to it, and if I probably knew about him, I wouldn't even start. But since he's located in Queensland, I'm in South Australia, so there's definitely room to explore more stories, because there's many blokes who have the same problem. In some of the videos, he's talking about that he has many emails, and that is, I don't want to say overwhelming, but that he just have lots of people writing him. So yeah, but for any of you who wants to, are interested in stories of fathers, blokes with similar problems, there's, this channel is very good. I would really recommend it. He has here even talking to lawyers and ex-police officers. Obviously, the last one is Pauline Hanson, which was pretty good. And I would do recommend all of you to go through and listen to some of these shocking stories. But yeah, that's how it is, unfortunately. Talking about Pauline Hanson, I found another video where she talks about, this is actually an American channel, that Talk Today, and I actually found some, I think it just popped up on my feed, the algorithm found it for me, and I'm just gonna play this. Maybe some of you saw the ad, but
since the introduction of family law in 1975, it has done nothing but destroy families and the lives of too many Australians. I have a big problem with domestic violence and the lies. I am sick and tired of hearing about another suicide, and I feel for those families that have lost their loved ones because of murders that have happened. It can only change if we actually make it happen. The lawyers have made a field day out of this, ripping the guts out of parents and taking everything from them. At the end of the day, they've got nothing left. They're destroyed. If we want change here, then we deal with the perjury, we deal with the lies, we deal with taking the kids away from innocent parents who are fighting tooth and nail just to spend time with their children.
and that's exactly right. She's one of the very few politicians who actually speak about it out loud. In my opinion, the perjury definitely should be a thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last video, but not a long time ago, I've been always thinking why my ex-partner, when she was interviewed in a criminal court about her accusations, and she just straight up lie in there, she was under the oath, straight up lie in there. Then she'd been played the recordings. It was obvious that what she said was lie, and it was obvious that she did it to get an advantage in a custody battle. But there was no repercussions for lying in front of the judge, and that has to be changed. Otherwise, there's never nothing gonna happen. And if they not willing to change, I'll be really keen to join a protest or organize something. Obviously, things like the YouTube channel and talking about it, make some posts would help. But there is probably one thing, as much I hate feminism, there's only one thing that we should, as a blokes, to take a note of, and that's go and protest and whinge and whinge. Otherwise, there's nothing gonna happen. I don't wanna be presented myself as a victim, but I'm not really sure if there's any other way. In South Australia, we have I've noticed that there is two senators. There's Alex Attic and Sarah Game, the two senators that actually speak out about family law and injustice, but except those two and Pauline Hanson, which I'm supporter of, there's nobody else who wants to talk about these things. So it's just this couple of more seconds.
Authorised by our mouse for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Brisbane.
Hey guys, welcome to Dad Talk today. I'm going to say right now that is hands down the best campaign ad I have ever seen in my life. This is what we've been looking for a long time. We had to go to Australia to find it, but it is an honor tonight to be sitting here with Senator Pauline Hanson. Pauline, how you?
And he would be probably shocked to see all the other ads that we are running here in Australia. This is the only one, as he said, good one. There's many worse one, many male bashing ones, talking about toxic masculinity and how we cause domestic violence all the time. So if he probably saw all the other ones, he would want to throw up. But this one's only good because it's produced by One Nation. And talking about the One Nation, I hope everybody looking forward to premiere of their movie on Australian Day. Go and look up the trailer. It's pretty good. Okay, so that was the definition. Now there is one thing I wanted to brought up. So how does it look? A couple of months ago, there was released in South Australia a Royal Commission into Domestic and Family and Sexual Violence. So this is 664 pages report. It took him about 1.5 years, I believe. But when they released it in August, I think I downloaded it months after. To be honest, I had no. They were taking. So if anyone interested, just Google Royal Commission into Domestic Violence, South Australia. It should pop up first thing. Apparently, they were doing. They were collecting from people their testimonies and stuff. I'm not sure where they did it, as I'm interested about this topic and I'm in many related forums and stuff. I've never seen that they would be collecting any testimonies from people. Too bad I couldn't write them what I think about it. I don't think they would even. Well, they would probably look at it, but yeah, not sure how much effect it would have. But anyway, so I read maybe through 2/3 of it. Something it's not really related to my research about this or my interest, but I was really keen to know. That's why I downloaded if there is any mentioning of parental alienation in this document. Okay, so just show you. So if we put parental alienation, it doesn't pop up. And trying to find a term in the document. Surprise, surprise. there's no mentioning of parental alienation in the document. Okay. If there is any document that this term should be mentioned or anything related to it, it would be in this, because majority of the professionals who are dealing with parental alienation, they would tell you that it is abuse, it's a child abuse, it's emotional abuse, psychological abuse. And it's not just abuse of the child, it also breached family law in a case of refusing the child spend meaningful time with the other parent. It's coercive control. Obviously, it's a manipulative technique, and it affects the other parent, obviously, as well. So if there would be any mentioning anywhere about this topic, it should be in this report, where, to be shocked or not, there's no even one word about it. The other week, I decided that perhaps they decide to name it different, because in this report, I'm not sure if I'm gonna find it now, but they try to change the grammar. So it's what is modern these days, up means down, sun means moon, everything changing, so you cannot, man is a woman, so you never know. So I've run it through AI to analyze the document, and as an ex user, I'm using Grok most of the time. So I'd run it through a Grok, and the Grok spill out back, was the last version, 4.1, and the Grok spill out back analysis, and Grok told me, yeah, there is multiple occasions where parental alienation is mentioned in the report. I was, that's very interesting. So I asked him what specific pages and the phrases and the sentences where it was used. And Grok gave me on page 233 and 258, and he said there's like 5-6 occasions where it was mentioned. Then I went to the actual document. There's nothing like that on page 233 or whatnot. So I asked Grok again, are you sure there is such a mentions in there? So we had a exchange between me and the AI. He was the Grok was convinced that there is mentioning of parental alienation in the report. I was telling him, no, not in my report. And after a little exchange, Grok got back to me and he says, yeah, you're right. Sorry about my mistake. It was in the previous version of the document. It was mentioned in the previous version of the document. I was like, well, what do you mean, previous version of the document? And he said, yeah, there's another version of the document that it's not publicly accessible, but it's mentioned in there in chapter 9. This document has just 8 chapters. And it says in chapter 9, there is a mentioning of parental alienation, yada, yada, yada. But I cannot show it to you because it's not public available document. So I was trying to yeah, but you already told me a sentence, so just tell me the rest of the sentence. So I was trying to, but the Grok didn't budge. He didn't reveal any more information. So I've decided to actually lodge Freedom of Information Act to reveal, or I ask for previous versions of this document So there was last week. I got an email that they received it, the form, and that they work on it. So it takes up to 30 days apparently. So I'm really curious to see what the Attorney General gonna get back to me, because it was done for Attorney General. What they gonna get back to me, and if there was really Chapter 9, which included the parental alienation, yeah, definitely blow whistle on that, and gonna take it to, yeah, I'll consider still the options. There's plenty of options, but that would be really almost unbelievable. But yeah, that's just luckily I don't have many subscribers. If I have lots of subscribers, I wouldn't be probably even sharing this information, just not to get them to, do something with the document, falsify it or something. But since there's no subscribers, for those who gonna watch it, probably by the time it's released, it won't matter, hopefully. And there is another, obviously there's another option that this conspiracy was produced by AI, so who knows? Maybe it's full of BS. There could be something in it. It looked fairly reasonable. We all know that references from AI are no good. Always check. AI lies and lies. Always check. But for general thing, it's okay. And the last thing I want to show you. So I found out. I will put all these links. So I will put all these links: the Alienation Project and Broken Fathers podcast, Dead Talks Today, and Royal Commission links, and this link that we're gonna look last. I'm gonna all put it below the video in the comments. All of these things are on my X account, which you can reach me on. Generally, I'm using X every day. So if you want to reach me or share something, yeah, just tag me in X. That's probably the best way to reach me. But the last thing I want to share with you is a bench book for national, domestic, and family violence. So this bench book, if I understand it correctly, it's for legal practitioners and judges, and that's to guide them through these proceedings. The first thing we look, there's a chapter 10, 10.7.6 as a parental alienation, actually paragraph or a part. I encourage all of you to read it through. In a nutshell, they deny it. They say that there is perhaps such a thing, but they point to some reports. And for example, here, parental alienation does not have one accepted meaning. The conduct of one parent and obstruct the contact of the child with another parent must be considered in context in which occurs. So they're trying to minimize the problem, pretty much. They say there is such a thing, but it's very rare, and they point to bogus studies. And I mind you, this is freshly updated from 2025. So that's just this. I'm just showing this to show the attitude of the courts towards this problem. They don't want to deal with it because, in my opinion, if they deal with it, it's a mainly female problem. This, I mean, emotional manipulation, I'd say it's generally female problem. Therefore, the statistics perhaps for domestic violence and abuse, it would raise for female perpetrators, and it would show that the kids are the victims and the husbands are the victims, the partners. Obviously it's not 100%. There's many videos of mothers who've been alienated from their child. It's certainly the case that men are able to emotionally abuse child like that as well, to control them and to manipulate them into not seeing the other parent. But generally speaking, I'd say it's a female problem. They are more manipulative. Males are more physical, perhaps, and I would not even consider manipulating my child into hating the other parent, even if we had a disagreement. She sent me to jail for no reason, for her own gain. Even through that, I would still not even, because I love my son. Why would I? It's destroying his life. It's not gonna do anything to her. For her, it would be just temporary. Anyway, that's everybody have a same story with the parental alienation. It's a horrible thing. It should be illegal. I don't know why it's not, but there is a problem with the judicial system, and needs to be something done with it. The last thing I want to point out is actually how vast is this document. So that's just the cover page, but as you can see, there's many parts. There's lots to read. There's lot of links. Excuse me. There's also you can't see it. I'm sorry. There's also this part where you get the cases related to the issue. So I found it quite interesting. So if you're looking for cases of perjury, which I will be researching, because I don't just, it's beyond my comprehension why that's not on standard basis done. One parent, if the parent lies about a judge and it's obvious, it should be automatically, there should be something done so that people don't lie. Like the courts are against themselves. So yeah, it's a interesting document. Again, I'm gonna leave the link below. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, leave a like if you don't mind, subscribe. If you have a mate that's going through such a things and are located in or around South Australia, let them know if they want to share a story. Last thing I will do, have a look at my ex. Have a look at my ex, and there's gonna be a link for GoFundMe. Not for myself. There is a gentleman here in South Australia who is actually in front of High Court arguing he's self-represented. He lost four kids. I was thinking about the name. Sorry. His name is Bruce Beckman. So he has a GoFundMe page, and he's trying to set standard for perjury. So he's in front of a high court and trying to argue that false accusations should be dealt with, as we all believe, in a correct manner, and which are not. And that's one of the part of the problem. So there is he's self-represented. There's a GoFundMe page. If any of you have a something to spare, I sent him $100 a while ago. Obviously, it's just a drop, but more of us do that, the better chance he has to fight this legal battle, because it's time consuming, and it's myself, even though I'll be self-representing for my contravention orders, I cannot even comprehend to be self-representing myself in front of the High Court in such a complicated case. So heads off for him. If you have a dollar to spare, obviously I'm gonna put a link in a descriptions as well for those of you interested. Okay, that's about it today. There should be interview coming up soon. I don't know how. I'm also trying new software for streaming, so this is first time I play with it. To have two different screens I can share a bit different. Last time I had to edit everything in the software, which I'm gonna do a little bit, but yeah, let me know how is the audio. And obviously the light's not good, the camera's not good, but yeah, I'm running this thing on a budget, so it's not like you need to see me as in it. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, leave a comment and like and all these things. Check out my X if you're in an X. Send me a message. It should be all open. So if you're from around here, from Australia, send me a message. I'll follow you back. All right. All the best. See you later.